this looks cool.
Okay, is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going for a nice road test in a 1985 Jaguar XJ6 Sedan. The car is finished in claret, which is a really beautiful burgundy metallic, and it has a light gray interior. The car has 27,459 original miles on it right now, and the vehicle interior is completely original with the exception of just doing the headliner. The car is very responsive in its handling. It has a brand new steering rack put on it. It has the suspension looked at. It had the engine checked out, and they needed to do a valve job on it and a head gasket because the car had sat for so many years, just as a precaution. Went through that. It's had the cooling system done. In regard to the cooling system, it's had all the hoses done. It had the radiator done, the water pump done, freeze plugs changed. It just, everything mechanically has been gone through. It also has had the fuel tanks done on it. It had the fuel hoses done, including the crossover valve, which is in the trunk. It's had, of course, a complete tune-up. It had the brake system completely gone through, and the vehicle also has had all new tires on it, and they're the exact Concours style of correct size, including the spare. There has a Carfax report on the car, which is clean in regard to checking the miles, everything else. The Carfax report only shows one minor incident, which was in 1986 when the car was 1 year old, and the original owner, which I got the car from, said that someone bumped it in a parking lot and did a minor little tiny crease in the door. It was so small that he actually got money for the damage, and he didn't even do anything with it. He said you couldn't even hardly find it. I'm very glad he did that, because I went ahead and did a paintless repair on the door, and you can't even find the damage. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. And so with that, it's the original paint on the exterior, which is amazing, because now this car can be in the class for Concours judging with Jaguar Clubs of North America, which would be the division called would be called a preservation class, and you have to have at least 75% of the paint original in order to qualify for that class. The back deck lid was spotted by myself, and also there was a little area near the back window when the back windshield had to come out to do the headliner. There was a tiny speck of rust starting, and I took care of that immediately and had it done. So underneath the car, it's as clean as a whistle. There's no rust to speak of on it. The car is just so nice and just drives like a dream. A person at the shop that worked on the car, which is called Coventry Cars of San Diego, they're very well known for doing excellent work on these cars. They've had mechanics there that have worked on these cars since new. Said he just found the car such a joy to drive that he, at this time in history, forgets how nice these cars drive. They just float down the road. It was a car that was, one critic said, is perfect from every angle. The two sedans that usually make it into the top 10 of most beautiful cars ever in regard to sedans are the Jaguar XJ6 and also the Jaguar Mark II. And not other sedans can come across as so beautiful and timeless. This is the classic Jaguar look. And when the E-Type Jaguar came out in 1961, they said, place yourself in the cockpit of a Jaguar E-Type and instantly you're the fastest, richest, most famous person in all the world. I think that holds true with all Jaguars. This car, you feel special. You feel like you're in a luxury car that is so responsive and is so exhilarating to drive and has such pickup and is so quiet and nice. And they're never pretentious. They're just classy and beautiful. Anywhere you go, you stop traffic in this car. I went to get gas in it, and I had two people come up to me and say, my gosh, I remember those cars. My dad had one. My gosh, where did you find it? And this is the best that they ever got with this car. They evolved with this vehicle in 1968 all the way up through the final production in 87 of the Series 3 XJ6, just making them better and better and more reliable with the classic 4.2 liter engine. And these cars, in my opinion, are just practically bulletproof. They just don't break. They go and go and go. Anyone buying this car would absolutely be thrilled with it, and I can tell you with a little bit of some upkeep would do well at a concours. I think you could really show this car and be a star of a show. You only find them original like this once, and to find the wood and all this interior exactly like this, it's just such a rare thing. And I just know anyone buying this car would just really be thrilled with their purchase. And we're just going down a road here in sunny San Diego on a beautiful spring day, and this car doesn't have a squeak, it doesn't have a rattle, it has no issues whatsoever in regard to driving. It's just a pleasure to literally float down the highway. You feel like you're just kind of in a magic carpet. This thing just glides down the freeway, glides down these side roads. It's just a pleasure to drive. All right, that's it.